Welcome to another episode of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. For those of you familiar with 5th edition, please try to keep in mind that our players are playing a custom class called the ClockTower Agent. We also play with a lot of house rules in our games that we as a group collectively enjoy. We explain these rules as they come up, so if you're just joining us, you may need to listen to previous episodes to clear up any confusion. I would also like to say that all of us working on ClockTower know how bad it's getting out there, and we hope that you're able to stay safe and healthy. We also hope that our content can give you some small distraction in these trying times. So with that said, welcome to the ClockTower.
All of you see before you the same hallway that you have been in now once before. As the man in the white outfit pushes past all of you, you see him again say passing pleasantries as he excuses himself to move beyond you and heads towards the door that opens with a large scraping sound, revealing the bright light of what you now know to be the living quarters beyond. As you guys realize that all the events have happened the same as they did before, you think that you could do everything that you did previously up until whatever point you would like to change your actions, and everything would happen the same. That meaning, hey guys, anytime you don't want to have to redo everything all over again, just let me know, and we'll skip ahead to wherever you guys would like to go, given that you do everything exactly the same as the last time you did it.
Okay, party delegation. Should we? Why are you shaking your head at me? Should we meet Ron, and instead of going to the main deck, try to persuade him to come with us to the engine deck?
Why?
Or extra clearance, to make sure that nobody looks at us weird if we're going to the engine deck to do stuff?
No, we're engineers. We're supposed to be there.
True, but it also adds an extra level of clearance just in case.
We need...
And
if we're
it's
going to
there.
the engineering deck, if we're going to try to do some shit that makes the actual ship have a problem so that they send security there,
Okay.
we only need one gunshot.
That is
engineering.
That is true. We will lose Ron's friendship,
No,
we don't have it right now.
We'll just grab him
but we
on
can
the way.
get it again. Is what Ellie, our DM, is telling us.
I do like Ron. I do like Ron.
Let's okay. Admitting the fact that you love Ron, put it out on the table. Is Ron useful as of right now?
Depending on the situation.
Will he be useful to take with us just in case?
Not really.
Then we won't.
Not to the engine deck, at least.
Why is this conversation not happening in character?
If we all are doing this all again, I do have a suggestion.
What's that?
I know, Jaeger, you mentioned, climbing through the air duct, I think it was?
Yeah. So I was saying if we're on a ship, there should be air ducts or some sort of engineering shafts, maintenance shafts. That's what.
Right.
We go through the maintenance shafts, pass through there to get to the actual, main deck. And once we do that, we can go from the main deck to finding whatever this person we have to find to take their weapon, and then deal with that after a different point.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Sorry for cutting you off, Rock.
All good.
If I remember the map right, there's a living quarters maybe next to the main deck.
Yep.
So then maybe that, or there's a labor deck. I think it swings around there. Didn't really get to that part of the city though.
It was like D or F or something like that was right next to the actual, main deck.
Right.
This is what I was looking for. when I
Maybe
was
we can
actually
climb
doing
through there.
things.
Also,
What do y'all think?
just a shot in the dark. We're dressed as engineers, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an engineer deck.
Mm-hmm.
What if we go to the engineer deck,
Mm-hmm.
try to, shut off the power, cause a distraction there, get all security to run that way, and then we just do what we gotta do?
What if we do both?
That is not the worst idea. We can,
Hunt
as much as I
maintenance
don't like
tunnels.
it, split.
So hunt maintenance tunnels with one group and go into engineering deck and cause some problems there.
Two
Who's-
people having a pleasant conversation walk down the hallway as they discuss their wow, Nothing like this ever happens around here. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. As they say, "Oh, excuse me."
Oh, pardon
As
us.
they push past you guys as you continue to talk about how you're going to commit acts of terrorism on the space station.
So,
Oh, no.
if we are going to be doing this,
It could be anyone.
well, I mean, if we do split up, I think one of the more muscly people, perhaps one who is not wearing a wrench, should go with someone who is less fight inclined.
I am very large. I have a big sword. He has a large gun.
You two are the most intimidating out of all of us.
I'm really not.
We're supposed to be doing damage.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious I should not be squeezing into a maintenance tunnel.
Well,
That's
So
also.
we go to maintenance and you two go to engineering?
yeah. I mean, I think
You up for an adventure, Reagan?
I guess. Let's go.
All right.
cause a ruckus. We'll find a
Hey.
shaft.
Survive!
As Jaeger calls over his shoulder for you guys to survive, as I believe Jaeger and Sam walk off down the tunnel headed where?
To the living quarters.
To the living quarters. And Reagan and Rock head off
To the engine deck.
Engine deck.
to the engine deck. Sam and Jaeger, you guys see the doors open before you with the loud scraping sound as the living quarters seems to be opening in front of you. What do you do?
So, here's what I was thinking. We go talk to, I think it was Lawrence again.
Yeah.
We get that map so we can get a better layout of the place. And then we pick a door and just start walking through.
Yep. If we know what we're doing, then no one will say anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
You guys head over to the information deck, and again, there's someone with the same white, blue trimmed outfit with blue hair, seems to be reading a book, who, with two of you here rather than four of you, looks up and does the double take, same as before, and puts their book down and goes, hi, how can I help you?
Hi. My name's Sam. I think it's Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
They point to their name badge.
We're actually looking for a map of the sector.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. They press a few buttons, and a sort of tablet-like device comes out, and they hand you the same map as before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like a normal map. An engineering map.
Yeah, our PDA isn't working right now.
Yes.
There's the lockdown, they're kind of restricting information.
Oh. Let me see if I have something like that.
Thank you. We
Should be
really
like a
appreciate
schematic
that.
or something, I think is the word.
I don't actually have access to anything like that. It's kind of more of a general information booth. You probably would have to go to the main engineering office, which is in the engine deck.
Yeah. Well, it was worth a shot. Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Now, we can probably work with this and see what we're doing.
Well, actually, kind of off topic. My friend's, he lives in, I think it's that one. Sam points towards the closest kind of offshoot living branch that would be in the direction of the main deck. Do you
Okay, so E.
do you know what's in there? I mean, I'm trying to find my friend's place. It's for later.
What's in the neighborhood domes in E?
Yeah, like
That's E block. That's
okay.
that's where it's like it's the housing units.
Cool,
E block
cool.
housing units.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
Trainee. Come on, let's go.
okay.
Have
Yeah.
a nice day.
All right. Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, we head toward E Block.
All right. You guys head towards E block, and going through the two doors, they open up, and kind of like how the labor deck is a multi-tiered, like entire part of this space station dedicated to the processing and making of everything the space station could possibly need. This is where all of the people live. Like, this is where there are housing units on housing units on housing units going up from the top and down to the bottom, and it's there are a lot of different like walkways, and like there's a garden, like almost like a small park in between each level going up and down, and you see people step into that sort of park area, and they sit on a bench, and they pull out a pad that they have, and they press a button, and the bench descends down through the floor and then goes to the second level of the park, and then they go on, and it seems to be a sort of bench elevator. And you see 4 other benches that are all shifting from floor to floor.
Right.
So maintenance, a hatch, tunnel.
Out of character. When we were trying to get to the main deck, do we know if the main deck is above or below the rest of the ship? Just from the map, I mean.
The main deck is also a multi-tiered structure.
Dang it. So let's just find the maintenance hatch, and from there we can sort of
Make
work
a little
our way.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Let's find ourselves a hatch somehow.
I walk to the far side from the direction we entered from. I'm essentially just checking the back wall for a maintenance hatch for one level, and then I go down to the next level, check on that level.
Roll an investigation check.
13.
So, good news and bad news. The good news is, you definitely find several maintenance hatches. The bad news, they're all locked. They all have security clearance for some sort of maintenance badge that, despite the fact that you guys outwardly look like engineers, you don't actually have.
So, Sam's just kind of looking at the door, scratching his head. Engine deck, I guess, unless we can kind of spoof it. I don't think we should be blowing a hole in this.
Oh, fine. Okay, engine deck, let's go.
Reagan and Rock, you two make your way through the labor deck. There's always a lot of noise happening in the labor deck, from the smelting operation happening on the bottom to the multiple other factory-like operations making sure that the space station has everything it could possibly need. This is where everything is processed, so you can imagine the cacophony of sound that very loudly permeates the entire area. So much so that a lot of the people working here are constantly wearing headphones and radioing people to other headsets of what they need in different areas. However, after talking to a few people, a few rather accommodating guards, they explain that the engine deck, which they kind of look at you strange, considering you look like engineers, asking where the engine deck is. They explain that there are 2 access routes to the engine deck. One, through the upper deck, and one through the main research deck. As you look at this, you realize that there are elaborate doors that say upper deck in almost cursive, a different font than like everything else. And you see these doors opening occasionally as people in sort of like lavish outfits walk out of the upper deck and sort of move through the labor deck into like vehicles that drive past the labor deck. And you get the idea that this is some sort of exclusive area of the space station that might be home to people with a little bit more coin or credits to spend than others. However, you assume that this may not be the only door, as you can't imagine all the, often very workman-looking engineer type walk through lavish clubs to get to the engine deck. What do you do?
Stands to reason that if we can't get through the upper deck, there's the one through the research deck.
Absolutely.
Guess we're making a longer walk.
Great.
I'm gonna head that way.
And as you guys start heading that way, you see there is a group of people wearing sort of orange jumpsuits with several like belts of what look like tools and carrying a large crate between the two of them. And they go over to what looks like a small door near to the upper deck that opens up, and then there's a like It looks like it opens up to a small room just as you guys are leaving, and it closes, and you see a series of lights go bing, 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 as it seems to be some sort of elevator of some kind.
Does it go up?
You're not sure. You just saw people that look very similar in outfit to what you guys are wearing go into that elevator.
Might as well.
Let's follow them.
Above the door, similar to the doors that Ron took you through in your last time here on the space station, they seem to scan the people and then turn green and let the people through. However, as you guys walk up to the door, it scans you and it turns red.
Do we sense like an alarm or anything? Or
No. Just,
okay.
You don't have access.
So we need either a badge of some kind, because they were wearing the same jumpsuit as us, correct?
They were.
We need a badge of some kind.
Great.
And you know where that might be?
Shall we go grab Ron?
I was going to say the living quarters.
Oh, so we're gonna go with our friends.
That's what I was thinking. However, if you want to go grab Ron, okay, look, I like Ron. He's a good guy. He's got a family. If anything goes wrong, we're dead immediately. No chance to fight back. We die immediately. At least if we try to steal something from the living quarters, there's a chance.
Or we just explain that we lost our cards.
You think Ron will believe us again?
Up to you, man.
Let's go meet up with Jaeger and Sam. See what they think. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't want to jump ship right now.
All right.
We're going to go find our friends.
As you look for your friends, and your friends look for you, both of you roll. Both one person from either team roll, and the closer you get to the other person's number is
Oh my god.
exactly how much, well, not exactly 1-to-1 how much time it takes you, but the closer the better, to see how long it takes you two to find each other. Have you ever been searching for someone while they're searching for you?
Oh. So I got a 3.
And I got a 16.
As you guys look for each other, it takes you 3 hours.
Okay, so we...
Great. So we're gonna time out of this mission real quick.
So much so that by the time you finally find each other, you are in fact out of time. And for the first time ever to all of you, you guys kind of see each other in the distance, and then you hear that same clock tower chime. The same one you heard when you killed that strange monstrosity. And then suddenly, like a wave crashing over all of you, you wake up in the clock tower, sitting on the couch again. All of you this time don't feel the lingering pain of whatever killed you last time, just the frustration and embarrassment of trying to find your friends in a very big and crowded space station after having split up with them.
Okay, so the station is big.
Very.
Let's not split up,
Yeah.
because that was a waste of time. However,
No, we've got some things.
Yeah.
here's whoever comes in. We cannot get into the engine deck without some form of clearance.
Same.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to roll a perception check for me really fast?
21.
So, anybody who got above 5 notices that on the coffee table in front of the mirror, there is a small pad that is glowing with the map of the space station.
Oh, well,
Great.
hey.
Okay, pause. Was that there? That wasn't there. I didn't see that.
Wait,
Let's be honest here. That!
Well, hold on. This solves our problem, right? Because
Whether or not it may have been there previously, you're not sure. You guys were kind of concerned with betraying Ron.
This is true. All right. So we at least have this information in our pockets.
Before we go anywhere, let's look through it and see what it actually has on it. Because if it has clearance to get into the, main deck, we don't have to do anything else.
Let's check it.
Just walk in.
Rock's gonna go pick it up.
The same map that Lawrence gave you.
It's just the map Lawrence gave us. No clearance.
is it, question, is it a PDF? Is it like
It's like a tablet that
Okay.
is completely see-through, just like a light that you could like pass your hand underneath it and see your hand passing beneath it on the other side. But the map appears to be in some sort of like hard light image.
Does it seem like the other tablets that the people were using to go up and down the elevator that Jaeger and I saw?
Seems similar to that, yeah.
Okay. So could I make the leap that maybe this would do the same thing around the station? Like if there were...
Yeah, like give open doors or operate elevators that might have if you have the correct clearance.
Well, at least we can access things now, hopefully.
3 hours.
Hey, that was your own fault.
Oh, let's try this one more time.
Right.
Or as many times we have to. Let's
Everybody
go.
back
On the
through
bright side,
mirror.
you all know what the labor deck looks like pretty thoroughly now.
Great.
At least we won't get lost again. Right?
Everybody back through the mirror.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we go,
What?
let's make a plan.
I thought we knew the plan.
Yeah, but since we have clearance, are we all going through the engine deck, or are you guys going through the air deck still?
Well, I mean, if we go through the engine deck, we could possibly find someone with higher clearance on the engineering team, letting us get into the maintenance tunnels. And then once we get into the maintenance tunnels, we can go through there to see if we can get onto the main deck.
And we can do
from
that all.
the engine deck.
And we can do that all as a group. 'Cause
Yes.
I am
I am not walking 3 hours to try to find
Together.
your asses again.
same.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Let's go.
You
right.
got everything? Let's go through the mirror.
All right.
You guys go through the mirror and you head to the elevator in the labor deck that leads to the upper deck.
Engine deck. Yes.
The
Yes.
elevator that Rock and Reagan
yes.
used, right?
Correct.
You guys go there, and the light above the door scans all of you, and the light next to that light turns red.
Perfect. So we need clearance.
And who has the map pad right now?
Sam.
The
do.
map pad says across it, access denied, engineering level clearance required.
So if we take an engineer's thing...
That,
The man who passes
or-
us.
Yeah, didn't you say there was a man...
Oh,
well,
my-
okay.
I told you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We should have locked him out.
Well, this is an engineer elevator. Let's wait for an engineer.
Okay, this seems like a very. Is this a populated area?
And as you guys are all standing here wondering what to do, you start to wonder, well, what are the odds that an engineer will come to this elevator while you're waiting here? And then Reagan and Rock, you see one of the guards that is standing there seems a little taller than you remember. And then you see a slightly shorter guard come over to him. They exchange some information between two pads that they're both holding. And then the shorter guard, who looks much more like the dude who was here last time you were here, seems to take up position in the place where you remember him standing, as the taller guard walks away, having seemed like he changed some sort of shift. You guys think that since you know where this place was, you got here much faster.
So we can just wait for the two engineers.
We can.
And in fact, we can probably just go in with them.
Absolutely.
Don't even have to deal with it. But
I'm pretty sure if we can just take over a shift when someone comes out as well.
I would also prefer just to hey, there's an engineer. Let's follow him. Take his stuff.
Rock, you really like hitting people.
No,
don't
hitting
you?
people.
It's
Okay.
effective because we just take their stuff. They're out cold for however long we need them to be, and we go.
And
Well, for however long they want to be.
I normally, maybe. There's an armed guard right there. I prefer not to.
I mean, just chilling until somebody comes.
That's what you guys are doing?
All right, but
Yeah.
when we do this again, that dude we walked in the hallway with, I'm stealing on.
Okay, Rock.
Thank you.
well, let's hope we don't do this again.
As you guys wait, eventually you see the upper deck doors open, and a group of laughing, well-dressed individuals comes out, and they get into a vehicle of some sort, and they zoom away. As a little bit of time after that, two people dressed as engineers walk up towards you guys as one of them, they looking at you guys, seeing that you guys also look like engineers, go, "Oh, thanks. Can you get the door for us?"
Our clearance tablet isn't working for some reason. We think it might be a little bit on the fritz.
As one of them goes, "The door is down again."
Again.
As he goes, "Nice."
You know the lockdown. My friend, he was trying to get through 3 doors. Kept locking them out. He'd go all the way back, wait 3 hours for another person to come by.
One of the dudes goes, "Simmons should be making sure that all of these doors work. I don't know why." All right. Here, let me try mine. And dude, like, can you guys help us carry this? I'll try my pad.
Absolutely.
As the 4 of you grab that, and the 2 of them walk over to the door, and they get scanned, and it turns green, as they go, "Huh,
Oh, thank the tower.
well, that's
Alright,
weird."
Come on.
As the 2 of them, they're like, "All right," and you guys carry it into the elevator with them. As they press the buttons, they go, "Are you guys going to the engine deck as well?"
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're actually going to see Simmons.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Right.
As they press some buttons, and you feel this sort of elevator that you're in go down, and you can feel it like clunk as if it changed some sort of track, and then it moves again. And when the doors finally open, you see that there are a bunch of people working on a bunch of different things, as there is what seems to be like maybe a 20-foot hallway of just like people on different carts and things, moving different equipment. And despite the fact that you guys are kind of talking out of your ass, there's a lot of people that seem to be talking about how a lot of the stuff on the ship with the lockdown isn't working properly, and people can't get their stuff how they would normally get it, because either they're being locked out on purpose, or it's just generally gumming up the works of what is otherwise a very well-oiled machine. And so all of these engineers are very busy right now. And the 2 guys like push a button, and they seem to be waiting for like this small compartment next to the wall that is by the elevator, and they look over at you guys and they go, "So, what shift are you guys on?"
Well, we're actually about to go on. We fix doors. Well, we're gonna try and fix the doors. Shame the doors are broken before you get to fix them.
They like nod at each other and they go, "Yep. I mean, you might want to make sure that you can get through the doors to fix them."
That's what we're trying to get Simmons for.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, well, thanks for helping us. And as they like take a step to the side, the wall out of the side of it seems to slide one of those vehicles into position. As they hop onto it, and they say, "You can just throw it on the back here."
Yeah.
As they ride off down the sort of road of people and engineers and people going different places and doing different things, as the engine deck looks like a maze to you guys. You have no idea where to go or what to do. What are you gonna do as you're just standing here looking down this tunnel? A bunch of people that are here doing things, they come and go in sort of waves, as if like people are coming past to go to the elevators. That there's like not just the one elevator that you came out of, but several different elevators that lead to different parts of the ship. And they all seem to be coming and going and getting different things. It seemed like you might be in like one of the main intersections of this place.
Do I see an elevator that would lead to like the main deck?
You do. There are names of every main deck, like security deck, upper deck, lock deck, main deck, hangar deck, market deck, labor deck. Like there are elevators, or like whatever that room is that transport. There are transports to every deck of the space station, and they all have little scanning devices above them.
That's clearance.
Look, so we need to go to Simmons because obviously our tablet isn't working. We might need an update.
Maybe.
Let's just have that fixed, and then we can get back to our job.
Right. And we could even say, because once we get our once we get our stuff established, I don't see why we can't just move towards, the main deck and say we're fixing the elevator shaft.
We are.
Great. Are you guys ready to sweet talk Simmons?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's go.
Yeah,
Why not?
works so far.
All right, we're gonna try to find Simmons.
As you guys make your way through this, roll a investigation check to try and find Simmons.
Thank God. 13 for Rock.
18 for Reagan.
8 for Sam.
6 for Jaeger.
So Reagan and Rock managed to work together pretty well to follow signs, and even Sam and Jaeger help to follow behind, look at the pad, and reference different things about the engine deck. The problem is that the brochure map that you guys have been given doesn't have a detailed schematic of the engine deck, just that the engine deck is there. So as you guys are all going around it and going to the different rooms and things like that, you end up at the engineer headquarters, the main deck for engineers, where all of their sort of like equipment is held and where everybody comes, and there is a man with a clipboard checking different things in and checking different people in. And as all of you walk up, the guy kind of like takes his hat off and wipes sweat off his brow as he looks at a pad that he's got, and he goes, "All right, you guys, what are you guys? Do you have a job right now?"
Sorry. No, sir. It's the damn doors again. No, I don't mean to be rude.
The dude looks so exasperated. He just like, he is so annoyed as he goes, every time. As he goes, "Look, I promise you, I have checked almost every door on this station and sent a team of people to check every door on this station. They should be working fine, okay?"
Well, that's the problem, sir. We're one of the teams, and our things don't even work to get in.
Did I send you out on a mission, on a job?
Yeah.
What is your
You set this up literally like, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours ago?
what's your team code?
A43.
You roll with disadvantage and a -4.
Delta Blue. I don't know.
Can I use a ClockTower dice on you?
Go for it.
Yep, do that.
We're going to lower his roll.
Or lower his roll.
What was
You
his? Can I don't get to know.
don't know what his roll is.
You got a 10.
Got a 10.
It might be better to boost you.
Maybe, but like, we'll see.
I'm a boost
Realistically, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
you. Yeah, real honestly.
But it feels good sometimes.
I'm a boost you.
Okay, boost me up, boy.
2. You got a 12.
All right, 12.
19.
Okay,
Nice.
well, you know what?
He has a job, and he knows that job well.
Okay, well,
Uh,
can't wait to be in the hallway.
you say your code, and he looks at you stunned for a second and goes, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Hey, it's a joke. But no, for real though. But no,
Dropped your
really, though,
dice.
I'm so sorry.
we do need to get our job done.
You're trying to use the "it was a joke." I hope this works.
It's just
To break through.
He goes, "Do you not know what your team code is?" Who are you?
We didn't have it memorized. It was on our tablet, but our tablet's glitching.
Sam,
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
can I aid them?
Are you proficient in persuasion?
Persuasion, no deception, yes.
I am I'm also proficient in persuasion, so one of us
Oh,
can do
then-
it.
Yeah, I guess it would be a deception check.
Y'all don't have to aid me. 20.
Oh,
Nat
I got
20?
a 16 with
four.
4 persuasion.
okay. I don't know why I didn't make that a deception check. I probably should have, but
I mean, would you rather it be? It could be an
Sure.
18.
sure, I'll take an
Well,
18.
yeah, I
and
also
use.
aid you.
Here's the thing: you're proficient in deception, right?
Yeah.
Roll again. Fish for the critical.
True.
Crit.
Still 18.
Cool.
Another 16.
You just roll again, because it's two. the same
He.
number.
Oh.
Oh, true.
Oh. Yeah. Mercy roll.
Nope.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, "All right. Did you already dispose of your tablets into the at the quartermaster?"
You go, no, this is the first time it's happened for us. Sorry. It's just, we just came to the person who was in charge.
Why do you have a civilian tablet?
It's a really long story. I'm sorry.
All right, look, I cannot explain to you how much I don't have time for this right now.
I understand.
So, is your civilian tablet glitching as well?
We had to. No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's operating fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He slides his finger up over his own tablet, and you see a small light appear on the screen. It says E dot, and it's got a circle over it as if it's the symbol for the engineers, and then it says Simmons, and it says supply order. He goes, take that to the quartermaster, get new tablets, then come here. I'll give you a team code, and I'll send you on a job. We have so much we need to get done right now. Hurry up.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
boss.
Yes, sir.
To the quartermaster we go, I guess. That went better than I expected.
I cannot believe you two managed to make that work.
Yeah, you say you're not good at talking, Reagan, but damn.
Yeah, that was good on the fly thinking.
As you guys make your way to the quartermaster, he literally points to it. It's like a small, you know the window where you would get, your supplies for the day and punch in, punch out, and things like that? You go up to the bearded man in an old engineering outfit that's missing an eye who just, looks at you and goes, tablet.
Sam kind of hesitantly slides it over.
He looks at the civilian tablet, squints at it, squints at you guys, seems to shrug as if he doesn't have time or care enough, takes the civilian tablet, scans it under some sort of light similar to the door scanners, and then it turns green, and he goes over to a part of the wall, pushes a few different symbols onto his own tablet, and the wall has a shelf that slides out of it, basically, with 4 engineering tablets, which look exactly like the civilian tablets, except rather than being white around the edges, they are orange. And he picks them up in a rough stack, he doesn't care about being rough with them, and they seem a little bulkier than the civilian tablets as well, and he slides them over the desk to you guys. Just, here you go.
Sorry, does this have clearance to the main deck elevator?
If your team code if that's where your job is.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that was our job before. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
Sam
it's
grabs his and kind of
been a pleasure.
heads over.
Rock's gonna turn to walk away.
Deer just takes his and walks off.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys walk away from the very gruff man. Do you go back to Simmons, who is talking to another group of people right now? They seem to be as if, a lot of the engineers go in groups of 4.
Yes. We
Of course.
should go get our job.
He looks at you guys and goes, "You have your tablets now?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
All right. Let me see where the majority of the problems are happening."
I will say our last thing was doors, but I mean,
He goes, "Well, we've been having a lot of problems in the upper deck recently. It seems that a lot of, the more irritable individuals in the upper deck are rather annoyed that the lockdown is affecting the bathroom clearance for them.
Wait, the lockdown affects the bathrooms?
It shouldn't, but
things go
they
wrong.
have been putting in complaints that it's all going too slow. Personally, I think people are just taking too long in the restroom, and they file more complaints than anybody else in the ship, so we have to address them, because the one time we don't address them will be the one time that there is actually a concern that doesn't get addressed, okay?
right.
Your team code is upper deck 872.
All right. Thank you. Can we use the maintenance hand? I don't want to walk through them.
Yeah, of course you take the... What?
You only take the maintenance.
Sam,
Yeah.
did you hit your head? You good?
It's been a real long day.
Take
I'm
the
sorry.
maintenance lifts, go, and then come back and get another job. We have a long day.
Yes, sir.
You're all probably going to be working overtime. We do not have time.
Hey,
Sorry,
what's
Sam.
up, hey.
Run away.
And you guys leave.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
You see the team who Simmons was just talking to before you guys goes over to the wall, puts up to a scanner similar to the dudes who were carrying that box previously, their pad, and then a small vehicle comes out of the cart.
Let's go get a vehicle. Why not?
Yeah, let's all hop on the space bicycle.
Play pretend, I guess.
Act like you know what you're doing and you can't get in trouble.
Pretty much.
All right.
How are we gonna get to the main deck from here?
That's my issue.
We will figure
Maintenance
it out.
tunnels.
Probably the maintenance tunnels.
So
Always maintenance tunnels.
don't we need a access code?
No, I think you just put your thing toward the wall. Just as
I think by how it was described, we might actually need the access code.
Right. It's all about your.
This team code allows us to get into the upper deck. We would need a team code to get into the main deck.
One of you said something about getting a vehicle.
Yeah. Jaeger's walking over to go, goes get one of us.
As you walk up, there is literally like a small pop-up on your tablet that asks if you would like a vehicle.
Yes.
And it literally has like points in the engine deck room that you can take the vehicle to and from. Like you just push buttons. So do you take it to the main lift station?
Yeah.
Okay. You click a line from where you are and a line from the main lift station, and you see the line get drawn out like a path on the map on your tablet, and the vehicle pops out of the wall as it did for the other people and floats there waiting for all of you to get in.
Let's get on the vehicle first. We'll travel for a little bit, then we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
That's the best idea we got.
I guess so.
Yeah. So we all hop on.
All right. As you guys all hop on and you get on the vehicle, it very quickly takes you to the lift station, in which you see a lot of different teams going on to all the various different lifts one at a time. As I said before, there's a lot of people here, and the reason for that is that they all have to come back here to go to their next job. So you can imagine why they kind of go in waves of Simmons sending people and various other team leads sending people. You guys just happened to talk to Simmons because that happened to be the part of the station you went to. What do you guys do?
Do I see a team heading toward the main deck?
You do.
I'd like to.
Oh.
I'd like to walk by and accidentally. Do I see their tablet?
Yes.
Could I walk by and accidentally bump into them and have us both drop our tablets on the floor? And
You can sure as hell try.
Before you do that,
I mean,
any of us have a sleight of hand expertise?
I don't have nobody expertise. I think I have the highest dex of all of us.
What's your dex?
It's a +1. Hey.
Oh my god, you have the highest dex out of all of us.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Before we do that,
I think there's a better way.
can we just ask them to switch jobs with us because we don't want to deal with the uppity
I'm totally cool for that.
Yeah.
upper deck people?
And
Let's use our nice charisma.
I've had to deal with
persuasion.
them a couple times, possibly.
Let's give them maybe an incentive to want to switch with us.
well, and we can even say that do you really want to be stuck in a hot ass tunnel
Yeah.
for hours on end?
or you can be in the upper deck.
With
Well,
the
at least it's
AC.
air conditioned.
Air conditioning. There we go.
Okay, Reagan. I leave it to you.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk up to them.
All right. As you walk up to them, they look at you and they smile as they go, hey. And one of them looks really nervous. Like one of them looks kind of scared. And they go, can we help you? As like the two other ones, there's a girl, there's a guy, and there's the other two that look like young guys as well. And the girl looks really nervous, and the dude talking to you seems kind of like a little bit just like tired, as the other two dudes are talking amongst themselves in a sort of hushed tone, as they're waiting for the main deck elevator to come, basically the main deck lift. And the guy goes, "Can I help you with something?"
Yeah. Actually, I was wondering if you were willing to switch jobs with me and my crew.
They look at you guys, and the girl, her eyes like light up for a second, and he kind of like, he seems like he obviously is thinking about it for a second, and the two guys go, "Whoa, what? No." As the dude goes, "You guys want the hazard pay too, huh?" That's what these guys want. As the girl looks like really like she does not want the hazard pay.
Well,
Oh.
it's not even really that. I mean, yeah, sitting in a hot tunnel's fun, but listen, my friend's on main deck, and I just want to try and help in any way I can.
Oh, roll a deception check.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Just
That was a 12.
What do you mean your friend? There's like no one on the main deck right now. There's only You're friends with someone who's a captain? What's your friend's name?
Angela?
Uh-huh. They look at the very obvious pause that Sam had to take, and they just squint at you as the two guys are like, yeah, nice try. Well,
okay. Really though, we just don't want to go to the upper deck.
all of them, like a record scratched, look at each other and go, wait, you're going to the upper deck?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the job we got.
They're complaining again.
They all look at each other, and even the two guys are like, look kind of interested now,
Look.
as they go,
Apparently, they think the bathrooms don't work, even though
And
they probably
if
do.
we
And they're probably
go
fine.
to the upper
It's
deck
literally
and deal with
not
those
even a
people
joke.
one more time, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
We've been up there 5 times.
roll a perception check.
Yeah, can anybody
All
do
of
it?
us?
Anybody who wants to.
11.
14.
You didn't roll? Okay. The two of you listen to the two guys who kind of like pull off to the side a little bit and talk amongst themselves, and one of them, the conversation goes like this: a fake bathroom complaint door, a fake door complaint on the upper deck. We could say that it took us an hour and just spend the rest of the time drinking in the upper deck. The other dude goes, I know, but hazard pay is really good. And he goes, yeah, but do you want to risk your life or go get drunk in a bar that we're not allowed to go to? And then the other guy is just kind of like tired, like he doesn't seem like he cares where they go. And the girl is way more inclined to go to the upper deck than to the main deck right now.
Look, I'm not saying you should switch with us. I'm just saying we just don't want to go up there to deal with them again. Do us a favor.
Persuasion check.
And I will aid you because I am a proficient in it.
22.
The two guys seem like they're on board, and the girl's on board. And the main guy who Reagan started talking to in the first place looks at you, looks to Reagan, and goes, so you just don't want to deal with any of these high-end types? It's not
We've
about
already
the pay.
gotten 6 calls today.
You've managed to get on the same team code 6 times?
Unfortunately.
They say it's look. They say it's a roulette wheel. It doesn't feel like a roulette wheel.
Reagan, roll deception.
I'll aid you because I have proficiency.
You can roll again.
Yeah, roll.
Yeah.
Take the one.
He goes, that's some bad luck. He looks to the other two, and the guys are like nodding at him to do it, come on. And the girl like just looks and doesn't say anything, just says, please. And the dude goes, yeah, I guess we don't mind switching with you.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Really appreciate it.
And they go, team code is main deck 643.
Yeah, we'll put it down on one of our tablets.
You do. They look at you expectantly.
Team deck is upper deck 345.
No.
Sorry, 351. My bad.
Can we look at our tablet?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at our tablet.
Is that what's on your tablet?
Yeah, it was on our tablet.
Okay, cool.
So you just show them the team code on your tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look at it and they nod and agree, and they take it down on their own thing as they kind of squint at you, giving them strange team codes in the first place. And then they take their team code and they head over to the upper deck lift as the main deck lift opens to all of you.
Let's go. Please.
God.
You guys all get
Y'all
in?
walk in, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sam
Please
kinda-
just let us.
Sam kind of sulks in after kind of getting immediately shut down.
Okay, man. You don't get them every time.
As you guys all get in the main deck lift, you hear the kind of like elevator music going through that seems to proceed what is, for all intents and purposes, a pretty ominous journey across the space station, like completely, all the way to the main deck. And as it does get to the main deck, the doors open and you are greeted immediately by security personnel who like aim their rifles at you and put up their hands as they go, "Clearance. Walk into the scanner, please, one by one."
Okay.
Right.
Rock walks forward with his hands them the tablet.
You walk in, and it scans you, and it says, "No weaponry detected."
Ditto.
Oh.
Yeah.
They nod and they go, "All right, next." And scans whoever goes through next.
Probably me. Yeah.
And one after another, it scans all of you and says, "No weaponry detected." As they go, "All right, what are you here to fix?"
Quick out of character pause.
Are we serious?
They didn't tell us what they were supposed to fix? We told them our
There's a
job.
pretty
they didn't tell
logical
us
jump
this.
you guys could make here right now.
The doors, the vents.
You can check your tablet.
Oh my
No, we
god.
gave them the tablet, didn't they? Or they
No,
gave
no.
them
Yeah, but
You
they,
just walk through
they
and
give
say,
it
"Oh,
back. Yeah.
They sent us the...
we're here to check the.
As you look at your tablet, it says you're to repair the blast shields, which are in critical condition.
We're here to repair the blast shields. They're not looking too good.
As they immediately nod and go, "Good, you're gonna need these." And they hold out to all of you what look like sort of new tech bulletproof vests.
Oh.
We're in danger.
So, why? Is this for the hostage situation?
The assailant, were you not informed? The assailant has been shooting the blast shield in the same place and slowly opening up a hole in the outer hull that will cause this whole station to disintegrate. We have, at this point, and he checks his watch, about an hour left before the outer hull reaches critical condition and there won't be anything we can do to stop this situation.
Well, I guess it's time for us to go to work.
Well, the fate of a
Absolutely.
space station relies on us.
I'm glad we made it in time.
All right, I put on the bulletproof vest because.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
So do I.
While wearing these, all of you can increase your AC by 3.
Hey.
And as you guys all walk up to take note of the situation at hand, you are escorted by security officers through what is a very, very large deck. Not as big as the engine deck, because that's where all of the engineering, it's sort of the heart of the ship. This is the brain of the space station, as it were. This is where all of the tech and things are used to operate the entire space station and make sure that it orbits planets smoothly, and like NASA's control room, has a bunch of different monitors where usually you would imagine there would be people at every monitor. You are led up several flights of stairs to the very top deck, to which there is a viewing window and a door. And through the viewing window, you can see a man in what is basically a black outfit that is like the white outfits that you've been seeing. But he's got a kind of an overcoat over his black outfit that is a little bit longer. And all of you see that he looks kind of like, he's got a wild, crazed look in his eye. And he's got a young girl by her hair in his hand. She is wearing a white outfit with blue trim. It seems to be some sort of, like, officer, someone of more important status on the ship. And as you look around, you see that there is, in fact, a very large dented hole in the side of what is effectively a blast shield over the window leading to the outside of the space station. The entire room is blaring with a red light, and there are several other people in this room that are all cowering, and they have strapped to their backs strange devices that are a light turning on and off constantly. And the head security officer, who is the only security dude here that is not wearing a full helmet, looks at all of you and says, Alright. My name is Adrian. I am the head security officer on this entire ship. We have talked to the assailant. He was once the first mate of the ship. We are not sure why he has done this or what caused him to try and take the entire ship as his own, but we know that he is not only threatening the lives of 7 people, he is also making it so that if we do not meet his demands within a certain amount of time, he will blow a hole in the ship. We're not sure what kind of weapon he's using that's able to do this, but it is stronger than anything we've seen before. And however he got his hands on it, it's dangerous, and so is he. We've allowed him, or we've talked to him, and he has allowed us to send engineering people in to maintain the blast shield to make sure that it won't fall apart when his demands are met. You are to go in there unarmed, as all of our scans show, and you are to be ready as soon as we pay him out to fix the blast shield.
Alright, boss.
Okay.
Because if we don't, even if we pay him, it's not going to hold up for very long, and it will all end very quickly. Are you ready?
We're ready.
As much as we can be.
Okay. All of you need to take these. He holds out to you small cards that look like they could be plugged into any of the tablets that you have. And they just have a shield emblem on them. Put these in your tablet.
Are these personalized shield units?
And you see Captain's Team security clearance granted. As it clicks in. Good luck. Don't do anything aggressive. Don't make him angry.
Right.
I wish I could be sending you in there with more help or some more men, but this is what you have to do.
We'll do what we can.
Good luck. As you guys walk up to the door, the door scans all of you, and it says, Captain's Team security clearance accepted. And the door opens. And as it opens, you see that same wild man looking at all of you, and he sees the jumpsuits and kind of nods like, all right. Nobody else move. Nobody else make a fucking move, okay? We're all gonna stay real calm. And these little worker bees are gonna come get ready so that when I get paid, this all can blow over. Okay? You guys walk over to him? Like over to where the hole, the dent in the blast shield is?
Yep.
I have a question. What does his gun look like?
As you guys look at this gun that the commanding officer said that was unlike anything they'd seen, strong enough to blast through blast shields with single blasts, to all of you, it looks like a handheld weapon of new age material, like the sort of make and mark that all of your weapons are in now, and all of like Ron's weapon was, and all of that, except like your weapons, it's gold. And it has strange etchings all over it. And the man looks over at the blast shield and looks at all of you, and then looks at all of you, and his eyes widen.
Fire.
Excuse me?
I fire on him.
Roll initiative. Hey, Ellie again. Thank you for listening. As always, I'd like to thank our producer, Who's, at who's.music, and I would also like to thank our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. I'd also like to thank our great cast, Cal,
Darby, Parker, and Trent for their lovely performances this week. Lastly, and not at all least, I'd like to thank you, the listener. I hope you enjoyed this episode of ClockTower, and if you did, please show a friend, like, share, help us spread it around any way you can. I mean it, any way you can. All of it really, really helps, and we really appreciate it. We also want to assure you that we have every intention of making more ClockTower episodes. However, due to the quarantine, we're all unable to meet up and do our normal recordings. We don't want to sacrifice quality, so once we're all able to meet up again, we'll record more episodes to you and have them in a more timely schedule. Until then, we have a little surprise we're working on to fill the void. Well, that's about it for now. Time's ticking. See you in the ClockTower.